Okay, excellent. So once again, thank you very much for joining this. So we are gonna talk about some of the recent changes we have brought to the platform.
Mm-hmm.
Put it in two parts. One is the platform related changes, and then we'll also talk about content related changes. Content means question, test papers now. And then in
Okay.
second part, I'm going to talk again about what is coming next, and again in both sides, platform as well as content. So the first change is analytics for flagged issues. So you may or may not know that we have a feature on the platform to flag any questions. Any teacher or a student who finds anything wrong in the question or answer explanation or answer or options, they can readily flag the question then and there itself, and it's available on multiple screens. For example, if
Mm-hmm.
I review, open one of the full length tests, I can say quick review, and I'm reviewing this question. I have an option to flag these questions from here. And this enables you to give feedback to the team, to our team. And our team constantly monitors this, and we quickly, within 24 hours, we rectify the issue, or we communicate back to you saying either it has been updated, or we did not find the problem, and then that triggers another discussion. So far, this has been one-way communication. Like, you flag the question, we update the question, and we say yes, done or not done. But then many times after that, the whole discussion shifts to an email chain here, where we talk in, when kind of you move away from the platform. We wanted to bring all the communication related to this problem on the question on the platform itself. And second, we also wanted to be transparent and visible, give you the ability to track all the questions you have flagged and what has happened, what is the current status. And that way you are in control, you are in charge, and you are trying to, you have full control, and you can see what questions are done and what's not done yet. And you don't have to write a separate email for that. So this first change we are talking about is related to ability to track all the flagged questions. So when you log in as a either director or teacher, let me come back from here. So now we have an option from this top right corner menu, profile menu option, I call it, the placeholder image or your own image. You go, and here if you click administration, go there, and then you see flagged issues, this option under administration. And I click manage, and it opens the dashboard I'm referring here. So now with the dashboard here on this left side analytics, you can see how many questions have been flagged so far. Now this is my internal center. Like, we use the same platform to create questions, and we also use the same mechanism to give feedback to our own team. So we have people who go and review these questions and flag it. So you can see out of 1598 questions flagged so far, 1449 already been resolved, and 149 questions are still pending resolution. We have not resolved this, and out of which there was one teacher who contributed to the students who contributed to these questions, 28 unique students. And in the last 2 days, two new issues came here, two new issues surfaced, and we are tracking those also. Similarly, here one new student who reported this issue. And over the time, you can see number of questions reported in the last 7 days. How many questions have been reported here? You can see that. You can also see the status, how many are resolved and how many are pending. And these are the questions reported by you, your teachers, and your students in your institute. That is how we track it. So when you log in, you see your data. You can also see where most of the questions are flagged. You can see in the ACT math side how many questions are flagged, and again how many are pending on this side. And you can see right now internal pending, 41 questions are internally pending on, and we are still working to resolve these issues. Okay, if there are any.
So now I have a quick
All
question.
part
If
of initial
I'm going to,
development of questions and review and everything. Yes, please.
yeah. So now here it is, you told this will be visible to, if I log in as a director, I will also see the same thing, but it will be restricted to what my
Your institute,
team
correct?
reported, right? So
Correct.
now
Correct.
looking at that one, what is the, what advantage it gives to me? Meaning,
It
how
gives,
do I
as I
handle
said,
the data?
you can track. So suppose your student is taking a test and you or your teacher or your students is reviewing a question, say, something is wrong with the question. Maybe answer explanation can be better. So you flag it. You can go back now. Again, it is optional, but you can go back and you can check if your questions you flagged has been handled by our team or not.
Okay.
So you can see how many questions were there. This is all part of bringing transparency to the whole process, and also giving you power to understand where your flagged questions are. Otherwise,
Understood.
frustrated like, hey, I flagged 10 questions and you're not responding, right?
Yeah.
Now, we also have a control here that says only my questions. We are going to change the label. It says show only my questions. What does this is, if I flag this, it will show all the questions you created in your own center, because it is also possible that you add questions. You may add your own test on the platform, and there are some tutors who do that. So if your students have flagged your own questions, so if you keep this flag, it will filter and list out only your questions now, not high score questions. Because you also want to improve the quality of your question if you are a creator of the question.
Okay.
Make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. So this is basically a tracking mechanism of all the flagged questions you have created. Now, who are the people reporting on questions, and what type of questions they're reporting? For example, majority of them are saying that explanation is incorrect, unclear, or needs some improvement, right? So that means we need to improve our explanation, or the question itself is not framed correctly. So you can see all the data now. Now, this is just like a summary. Now go back to questions. You can filter again and say, okay, let me see SAT math, and I want to see all the questions that are still pending resolution. We have not resolved it, and I can filter it. And you can see there are a couple of questions which we are reviewing. And take a look at this question. It says in this figure, and then image is missing. If I open this question, I can see now that math subject algebra, Sohail Singh somebody, he reported on 5th of September, right? And then October 9th, we edited this question. It is still pending. It clearly, the student says problem or suggestion to improve, and it says the image is not displaying on the screen. And you can see image is still not displaying, right? We haven't updated this. So we are going to work it and find out the image and recreate the image possibly for this question. Make sense now?
Yeah.
Okay. So, and it is also possible that the same question is reported by multiple person. So we show the last reported here, but then this is a history. This is a table actually. It shows multiple entries if the same question has been flagged by multiple students. So this is whole idea is to improve the quality of the content and work as a team. So you get the best possible quality. That's what we are doing it. So you can filter the questions and all. So that is where the first change was. And then, as I said, you can also review the questions, which one, the second one that I explained here. And now we are in next release, we are also going to give you an ability where on every question, you will have a question history. So you can see what edits we made it. So you will see a flag here. Using that flag, you can click this and it will open the question history and also discussion where you can write. And for our team can go and write back to you. And that way discussion stays around this question in that context and on the platform, rather than going in the email after initial flagging. So bringing everything on the platform, including the live feedback and discussion about questions. For example, our team may not agree with some of your suggestions. We will write why we think this, what you suggest is not correct. And then you may write it back, and then we will understand your perspective and then go and update the question accordingly. This is part of this whole content management, Pierre said. Okay. The next one is we also added time accommodation for all SAT program-based tests. Earlier, only the full-length test and section test had an ability to do time accommodation for a student. So if you go to users, you can, for any users, you can click here and say time accommodation. And if you do the time accommodation, very similar to college blue book, you can set time accommodation for a student, and accordingly, a student will be able to get extra time. Either could be 1.5 or double, and so on. You can get extra breaks. Same thing in the math, and so. But this applied earlier only to full length test or section test, section adaptive test,
Okay.
right?
Okay.
Now, if you create any test, a student will, this setting for a student will apply to all type of tests, not just full
Understood.
length. So that is the change we talked here. Okay. Now, comment for all options. Earlier, so I was telling you how to flag a question. Let's say I go back again to question bank. There are multiple ways you can flag a question. So if I go to an assessment and I am reviewing the result here, and not here, sorry. So let's say I'm reviewing this one, and I go to questions and I flag this question. Earlier, the dialog box, the feedback box, was available only for the last option. It was like kind of hidden. Only if you check this, check the last option, then this dialog box appeared. Now this text appeared here. Now we gave it this option because many people did not realize. They just flagged this one, and then they will never write a comment. So we made it available for all options. It doesn't matter. You can select one or more options here. You can still write your general comment. Okay, so now we will have more opportunity or a wider opportunity, I would say, to capture the details of why the student thinks or the teacher thinks the question is framed incorrect, for example. Okay. Then we also change the score trend graph to show the data by program, which means if you open a student's, let's say I go to a classroom, and in this classroom, I go to students, and I can click and view any student's overall performance. Let's say I open Ayush Shukla. He has taken at least one test out of 5 here. I say view overall performance. In this one, the academic, there is an option here. No, I think I'm in the wrong place. 1 second, sorry. So this one is go to student and student's name and view overall performance. So, oh, score trend here, my bad. Okay. So this score trend earlier was by each subject. So, you know, since you have also taken math and you are in SAT and PSAT, and you know both subjects, both programs have common math and common English. So it mixed and brought tests taken by student on SAT math also and PSAT math also, and that didn't make sense. And we've fixed it to now create it by program. So if you're taking you're writing SAT, your score trend will show you all the SAT related scores of how you have progressed from 740, you went up to 760, you came down to 690. This shows a gradual either increase or decrease or overall score related to your performance. Now we did it by categorized by program. So SAT has one, PSAT has another, ACT has another, and so on. So now we create by program, not by subject. Okay. So that's what we did here. Okay. Now what's coming next? Right now, if you assign a test to a student, so you know there are multiple ways you can assign a test to a student, right? From creating a classroom and adding a couple of tests here in the assessment side. That's one way of doing it. You can also let a student create, take the self-practice test. So since I'm logged in right now as a director, I don't see that option. But I can open to one of the student here. Let's see if I open this student and I click this and say Rishit Kumar. Here you can see I can create an assigned subject practice. And in the subject practice, I can only do subject. Let's say I do math here and I say unit is algebra. I can't select topic within algebra. The system does not allow you to go at the topic. You can stay only up to subject and unit. So in future, we are going to add a topic also. You can select one or more topics and create an assign. And system will pick up questions from math, from algebra, and those selected topics and create a 20 test question, practice test for the student. Make sense? Yeah. So we give ability not to create test at the topic level. And then student can also pick it. We call it self-practice. So student can also go and create a self-practice test on his own. Okay. Now, I already talked about show, edit and flag history of a question. So right now, as I was telling you in the history here, you could only see, if I go to administration again and flag issues, right now, you can only see who created and all, but you don't know what edits we made it and what was the discussion. So now we are coming up, we are adding one more feature where you will be able to also see the edit history, what we made changes. And also all the discussion, like you suggested, I suggested, again you responded, all of that part. So the new screen we are under, it is under development, and then it should come by next Saturday.
All right.
Awesome. Now, also many times a student wants to know, like they wants to flag a question, not really flag, more like adding to favorites, and want to come back, go to a teacher and say, okay, I want to review this question with you, which is little different than bookmark. Bookmark is when you are taking a test and you want to go back and review and answer the question, or review your answer once again type. Very similar to bookmark, but here when you say adding to favorites, idea is you took a test, you're reviewing a question. The bookmark is when you're taking the test, but after test is taken, you want to kind of bookmark some of these questions, what we call it as add to favorites, with an heart icon, and you click the heart icon, and then system will add it to your, like your, your bag, and then you can open it and review with your teacher. Right now, you don't, we don't have that ability. So you can either flag only during the test. After the test, that's done. And during the test, your intention was to review for mistakes. But later on, you did not understand the question for any reason, you want to discuss with the teacher, then we suggest add to your favorites. So what will happen here is when you are taking, suppose I'm done with the test and I want to review the results of this test and say, okay, I want to review it. So apart from flag icon here, you will also have a heart icon next to it. So you can add it to your favorites.
Okay.
Then flag is for us to flag a question for quality issues. This one is for you to review with a teacher.
Okay.
Or review later.
Okay.
Okay. So that's one. And then we are also working on ability to provide hints on a question. So teacher will have an option when you are creating a test, or in an assessment, for example. Suppose this is a test and I want to go and review it. Under the preferences, apart from all these, you will also have an option that says allow student to get hints from the system. And now when a student goes and answer the question, he will have a button, and he clicks that, and system will allow him to take 3 hints every 15 seconds.
1 second, sir. 1 second.
Yeah, sure. Okay, so yeah, sir, you're back too.
Yeah.
Awesome. So we are also in this flagged question, we are also adding one more filter that will tell us which teacher has flagged it. You can narrow down to a teacher level. Right now, we don't have that ability. When we develop the first version, we are going to add that feature too. So you can, flag by, by teacher or a student. You can filter it back. Yeah. Now, on the content side, we have created, this is pretty interesting. So earlier we had a 12 full length tests. Okay. So we had 12 full length tests, out of which all 12 were very, very close to what college board tests are. So that's where we started. Then, based on the feedback from students on Reddit and different platforms, and also institutes like yours, the students from institutes like yours, they give feedback that SAT, especially the math module, the hard module, has a lot harder questions than regular, blue book. So we did some more research, and we created another 250 harder math questions, and we replaced some of the easier questions with harder questions to make the questions test reflect the complexity or difficulty of the actual SAT test. So that's what we have. Now, one more thing we are doing is, out of this 12, we are splitting into 2 parts, and 6 tests we are keeping at blue book level, and the remaining 6 tests we have upgraded actually to make it more harder. Okay. So what we suggest or recommend is, when a student joins your platform or institute, you give them these extra harder course tests so that they, they will be better prepared. They don't feel complacent that, hey, I'm already getting 1500. These tests will challenge them and it will be little difficult for somebody to cross 1500 for sure. But then idea is to intensely, we are making it little harder, especially for tutors, so that the students feel challenged. And that's intentional. And the remaining 6 tests, and we have created the name of these tests. These are the tests 1, 3, 4, 5, 7, and 9. When you see V2 version, these are extra hard tests.
Oh,
Okay. So that is the, yeah. So we have revised from version 1 to version 2. So 2, for example, test number 2, we did not change it. We kept it as it is. Test number 6, we did not change it. 1, 3, 4, 5, 7, and 9, these are the ones we have updated it.
Hold on a minute, please. So now, if I go on and see the DSAT adaptive test, it will say 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
Correct.
So next
by
to
end of the
0,
day today, we are releasing that. After this webinar, we are releasing the new V2 version, and we'll bring down the 0, 1. Now we will have, or you will see only 0, 1 V2, so to avoid confusion. So we'll take down 0, 1 and we'll release the 0, 1 V2.
Okay.
Yeah.
So when we are assigning the students, we need to be careful in assigning. If you know the student needs challenging, we give them V2. If not, we give them regular one.
Correct. Regular one. But you will not have test 0, 1, 2 versions. You will see only one. So you will
Understood.
Yeah.
Understood.
Okay. Now also we are, apart from tests and questions, we have also started working on courses, the learning material. And our platform has ability to create a full-length course with chapters and concepts and quizzes and full-length tests and all that part, all on the platform. Everything on the platform. Very similar to Udemy. You can create your own videos, upload videos, create full-length tests, courses. And we are creating those courses, and again, it's all inclusive. So you get everything free included with in your institute or org. You will get courses. So we have started with SAT Advanced Math, and we are releasing 3 chapters today, or happily, but tomorrow I would say we are doing one final round of proofreading. So we are releasing these 3 chapters, and then we are going to add 2 more chapters to finish SAT Advanced Math. Then we'll create more new. Idea is to by mid of November, or maybe end of November, I would say realistically, we'll have all of the complete math course by unit available to you. So you will have advanced SAT Algebra, SAT Advanced Math, and so on. We are also working on SAT English course, and we are taking some inspiration from some some materials to create a good test. And we are also involving some orgs who are willing to help us shape these courses. So if you are willing, I would be very happy to share this course with you also, PRS sir, and then you can review it and give us feedback so that we incorporate those changes in the beginning of the course, in the beginning stage itself.
Okay, so I am not in. I don't have any expertise in math, so you don't want to give any.
No problem. I mean, it's optional. You don't have to, but I'm just giving you an option in case you are interested or you would be interested. Yeah.
Yeah, because this is I will have to say something for the students is make or break. For you and me, it may be a child's play, but for them, it's a make or break. I don't want to be in a situation where
Correct.
I am influencing something which is not working good, right? I'm not an expert.
Yep.
In simple put, I'm not the expert.
Right. No, but see, the one reason we want to involve some of the experts like you or your center or some of your teachers is that it's not only about the content, it's also the organization and delivery of the course. Whether the course is useful in the current format, should we change the format? It's not about the accuracy of the content, but it's also the
content. It is the user experience you are talking about.
Exactly.
Yeah, the user experience, we can talk about it at another time because that is a different topic. That's not the content topic. That's a different topic.
Yes, absolutely. So in the coming next in the content side, we are working on, as I said, 4 new chapters of SAT Advanced courses, and also 2 new for we are after finishing SAT Advanced Math, we'll start on the algebra and we'll finish the 2 new chapters on this one. So that is what is kind of cooking on our side.
Okay.
Awesome. Yeah, that's pretty much. And I said 4:32 now. So I'm gonna pause now. Let me stop recording.